మార్నింగ్ నగర్ ఏమైనా వచ్చాయి కాల్స్?
సార్ గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్. లేదు సార్, ఏం రాలేదు ఇప్పుడు.
ఓకే. సో అన్ని అప్డేట్ చేసావా?
చేశాను సార్, చేస్తూనే ఉన్నా.
ఓకే. Okay, we can wait for the 2 more minutes, then we can start. Let me wait for other guys also. So anything you people practiced, Rohit? कुछ प्रैक्टिस करे क्या yesterday?
yesterday NFS का नहीं हुआ.
Okay.
इसका किया था मैंने, क्या बोलते हैं जो
Okay.
वॉल्यूम का था ना, वॉल्यूम माउंट. तो वॉल्यूम
Okay.
माउंट मैंने AWS पे भी ट्राई किया था.
So LVM के बारे में भी सभी पे प्रैक्टिस हो गया.
हाँ, yes.
Okay. Okay, let me go to the NFS one. So pending one.
NFS का मैंने थ्योरी वगैरह देखा था कल, मतलब वो उसके टाइप्स वगैरह, NV, LVM, V3, V4. प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए टाइम ही नहीं मिला.
Okay. Great. Okay. Let me share my screen. So yesterday we stopped at the point, okay, the NFS point. We created the server. Let me read back once again. So NFS majorly we are using for the sharing mechanism. Okay, so for the Unix to Unix file system, if you want to share the data from the one Unix server to the another Unix server, we are using the concept called NFS. So if you want to create an NFS mechanism, we need to have a master and client mechanism. Master is the person who sharing the data. Okay, client is the person who can hold the data, otherwise who utilizing the data. Okay, so coming to here, yesterday we fixed the master. So how we fixed? First we install the packages. That's the first step. If you want to install means you need to have a repo, that is a primary, and we created the one shared directory. The directory we created into the Linux, and we play the some content, we give the privileges, and after that I define you into the /etc/exports. So that is a very important when you going for the interviews. If it is a NFS question means the people will ask you this question mandatorily, what is the default configuration file of NFS? Or maybe in another way, for example, where you are going to define the NFS configuration, or for example, there is any issues are there into the configuration where you are going to check it out. All the questions are same. You are going to validate into the common especially one point I need to tell that whether you are remember commands or not, that is a secondary, because none of the person can remember the entire command one day. But the thing is that you need to remember minimum the configuration file. For example, Apache means /etc Apache apache.conf. Okay, or for example, Nginx /etc Nginx /nginx.conf. Okay, for example, NFS means /etc just exports. Means these are the basic information you need to keep it into the your mind. These are the very important. It will help you to move on. So let me proceed for that. So what we did yesterday in master server we configure. Let me validate. So this is the show mount -e. Still we are able to see that export fs-v. So v is nothing but verbose, just list out. So I can able to see that my server, what is my server? So 220.134, it is ready to shareable the content. Nothing but this particular file system is ready to share the content. Now we are going to do the some kind of other stuff. Nothing but master is completed. Now master is ready to share the data. Which share the data? What is that? /srt NFS share. Now we are going to proceed for the next level of thing. What is that? Client mechanism setup. Let it be I have one more server. This server, first of all, before proceeding anything, I need to make sure that a repository is working. Repositories are enabled. Okay, so let me proceed. If you want to proceed means we need to have a basic NFS configuration. So you can try whether M or DNF. M install NFS star also we can give. For example, NFS utils is enough, but let me I'm going with the NFS star. So NFS star means it will pick up you NFS file systems with the name starts with NFS. What are the things are there? So maybe it will be pick up and it will going to be install. So right now I did not given any prompt -y. So that is the reason it will be prompt for my instructions. So right now it is checking into the configuration file. Let me pull up into the configuration file. So let me check it out. So Nagur, మీరు ఎలా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నారు? How about you?
It's going good, sir. చేస్తున్నా.
So LVM completed,
LVM కంప్లీట్ సార్.
user management,
యూజర్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ కూడా కంప్లీట్ సార్.
okay, LVM all the scenarios, right?
ఓకే సార్. నేను మళ్ళీ చాట్ జీపీటీలో అడిగి కొన్ని సినారియోస్ కూడా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నా.
Sure. Spend the quality of time, whatever it may be. Okay. ఒకటికి రెండు సార్లు that commands you need to be remember. You don't want to be go for the entire architecture. At least if someone asks you that, okay, let it be. My requirement is that, okay, one of the file system you need to create means what is the procedure? It's a LVM based or non-LVM based. LVM based means how we will go. Non-LVM based means you are attaching the raw disk. Secondary thing is that let it be you are getting the one more scenario. For example, one of the file system /var file system is 100%. Okay, so what is the you are going to do it? If the /var file system is 100%, first of all we are going to check it out whether we have any space issues are there, any files we can zip it, move it and all. First we are logging and we are triggering some of the command like du-sh or star command or ls-l. We are checking the what are the configuration files are there, which log files are there, we are going to compress, okay, by using gzip. If nothing is workout means we are going with the extend, lv extend. Okay. So here I did not give a yes, so that is the reason every time it is prompting you to give the yes. Okay, so if we are very clear at the time of triggering the command itself, you can give the -y. So right now I install the packages. So what is the next course of action? For example, if you can see that here, this is my server 134. So in this server, I am going to mount the particular file system, right? So server : there is no space should be there. Till here, the source should be common. Means till here, the source is a common. If you can see that here, mount -t, t is nothing but type. Mount command will help you to mount the source and destination. So mount -t, t is nothing but type. NFS4 is nothing but a version. So whether you can use the NFS or some of the operating system, it will prompt you to give the NFS4. For example, at the time of installation, you would have seen that NFS4 is installed. So you can use 4. Okay, if it is accepting with only NFS means no issue. But by default, some of the operating system, it will prompt you for NFS4. That is a version. Then I need to give the source. So what is the source? So sorry, I need to do it here. Mount -t. T is the type. So before I'm going to do that, so let me check it out whether we have a /mnt. So /mnt is the one of the folder. It is already there or not? It is there, but it is not mounted. Okay. So mount -t source. What is the source? The source is the IP address. Sorry, NFS. NFS4 space source : and the name. What is the name? NFS shared. So this is the particular folder we want to take it from the source. And the destination, what is that? The destination is the MNT. Spelling mistake. So now it is a mounted. So that's the same thing how we performed into the LVM. LVM also what we done? We created the entire architecture. At the last step, we mounted. Raw disk also we created everything, we mounted at the last step. That's the same thing, whatever may be the source. If you can see that here, there is no space here. Okay, for example, this is the server name and this is the particular shared device. So let me validate whether the file system is mounted or not. So it is mounted and I'm able to see the content. See, these are the content am I created right now? No, right? This is the content. It is there into the from the starting itself. Nothing but in the source file, it is already content there. That content I'm able to see that. So where we are using this type of the file system. For example, now let it be this is a one of the software. This particular software, it is there into the share folder. So in generally, if you want to install anything means you need to copy from this server to this server. Means one server to another server you need to copy. Means you need to wait for some of action. Instead of waiting, we are placing into the share folder. Otherwise, let it be, think in this is way. Let it be there is one client will be there. The client will be having the multiple branch offices. So let it be Hyderabad is one of the branch offices, Noida is one of the branch offices, and Chennai is one of the branch offices. Let it be that is a bank. Now entire the requirement is that the client, he want to know the information of every bank. Okay, from morning to 9 o'clock, from the banking starting hours to banking closing hour, entirely how much of business is happen, how much of expenditure is happen, how much of cash deposits happen, entire thing they want to review at the end of the day. So earlier what the people are doing, especially when there is no internet mechanism and all, the bank people under like a monthly wise. So monthly wise, they will bundle all the files, they will send the by courier. So to the, let it be the head office is in Delhi. So every month ending, they are sending the update of from 1st to 31st, what are the data is there. Means first how much of data, second how much of data, entire receipts and all, everything they created one document, they will send it manually by courier. But the thing is that it is not possible in middle of the days. Okay. So right now, what is a mechanism means, okay, let it be, no need to send the courier, no need of manual work. Let it be, you created the one directory, okay, for MKDR, let it be Hyderabad, MKDR for the Chennai, MKDR for the Noida. So I'm informing to the all the banking person, guys, from today onwards, Chennai, all the department, you have to upload files here. Okay, Hyderabad department, you can upload all your data here. Noida team, you can update your data here. So this folder is accessible for all the one. Okay, so we can go and validate the whatever the data is there. For example, this is having some data. Okay, like a day 1, day 2, day 3. So what I'm going to do it, I'm going to check the data. So this is the way we are going to perform the task. So in this way, it's the same like our Google Drive. There is no much problematic thing. For that one, what I need to do it, all the 3 places, I am informing to mount this server. How they are going to mount it? This share folder, they are going to mount it into the there as a client. The client setup they need to. You got a point, right? Arthamainda meeku? Oh, Rohit, you got it the point, right? What is the real time issue?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the one. So most of the corporates nowadays, what we are doing, Google Drive, OneDrive, these are the terminologies, right? the concept of the Google Drive, the concept of the OneDrive, okay, everything we are using for the same purpose. But this is a somewhat legacy purpose. It is already inbuilt mechanism into the Linux. Okay, you no need to pay anything. And moreover, it is a more of secure transfer also. So let me come to the real-time examples. Now, okay, we have done all the setup. Now, what type of the issues we will receive into the production? Let it be in production, the general problem of issue. For example, this particular server is a local server, means it is not a part of this body, right? Okay, this particular server IP is that 137. Say, Nagur Arthamatunda, this particular server IP is 137. Okay, now what we done? There is some particular other IP we added into the server. Okay, let it be there is some scenario in this particular server. Okay, so in this particular server, they rebooted the operating system. For example, if you can see that here, what I will do, I will shut down -R now. I will shut down this server. Okay, you can use init5 also, shut down. Sorry, I trigger the -R. -R means it will reboot. Okay, now if you can see that, have you seen that? What you are searching for? Your operating system is searching for the one of the file system. Nagur అర్థమవుతుందా నేను చెప్పేది? Rohit?
అర్థమవుతుంది సార్.
Rohit, you were able to understand what exactly I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Means your operating is trying for the one of the file system. Now let it be I am the client. Since your operating system is coming back, so automatically the services are mounted. Let it be there is some more scenario. Your NFS is boot level not enabled. Automatically what it will going to be happen? Your NFS service will be not going to be mounted, right? For example, if you can see that here, we triggered the one of the command call NFS enable. So I said you many times, NFS enable command will help you out to placing of your services online after reboot also. For example, if you can see that here my services are enabled, and that is the reason after my server reboot also my server is working. If it is not enabled, means your service will be halt state. If that is a halt, means whatever the services are using this company other places, it will become hung state. So that is the reason sometime back my server is in hung state when I trigger df-th. So this is one of the major interview question people will ask you that. For example, when you trigger the df-h or df-th, your file system is hung. What is the reason and how you are going to be sorted out? So the reason is very simple. That could be with any one of the file system we are not able to fetchable, means we are not able to pull up the report. That could be the common scenarios will be happening with any shared file systems. Shared file system means that could be NFS, Samba. These are the two cases majorly the issues is going to be happen. So what is the solution over there? First of all, /etc fstar, we are going to check it out. And we are going to list out is any NFS file system is there. For example, let it be these are the NFS file system we placed into the fstar. So what I'm going to do, it means first I'm going to check it out. The first resolution is that particular service is reachable to this server or not. For example, let it be here, if you can see that here. Shut down -h now. H is nothing but halt. Shut down the server. Let it be I shut down the server. Okay. After I shut down the server, let it be. Now I am triggering the df-h. So this server file system is going to be hung because your operating system, your kernel don't have the information stating that there is some shared file system, it is having the issue. So that is the reason what it will going to be do it. It will going to be hung state, means you won't get the update of DF5 and TH. So your application team will be worrying and it will keep on calling you. Something is happened, you have not performed. So what I'm going to do it, usually whenever we are performing any file system, we are adding the entry into the FS tab. For example, this is the file system. I'm going to just validating whether the server is pingable or not. Now, what is the situation here? My server is not reachable. You got a point, right? If not reachable means, obviously, from that server, whatever the service file system it is coming, it is also not available, right? You got my
Yes.
point, Rohit?
Yes. Server is
So,
down.
server is down. Then what is the next level of action? You are going to check it out whether this server is up or not. This server is down. So I'm going to check the console. Okay, this server is someone powered off. I don't know who that powered off. Okay, but the solution is that you are going to inform to the application team this server is powered off. That could be manually, that could be some issue or whatever it may be. Then the fix is that you need to bring up the server. Then only you need to remount the file system. Sometimes it is not mounted. Then you need to remount the file system. Okay, so that is one of the solution. So another second issue is that what? The second issue is that let it be after reboot, your server is up. But the problem here is that, okay, that particular service is not online. Okay, it is not enabled into the server level. Okay, so it is not into the online. Systemctl status NFS. You can use the any one of the services. NFS hyphen. It is active. Okay, so we need to check it out, which is the particular service is active or not, enabled or not. We need to check it out. So these are the things we need to be validated. Some of the times what exactly happening, the services will be offset or hung state. So we need to restart the services. We need to restart the firewall, reload the firewall. Then you need to be restart here. It will be mounted. Now automatically your file system will be mounted. This is the second scenario. This is we are calling as a stale error, or some of the times we are calling as connectivity errors also. Okay, so this is the major component which is using into the server level. Hope it's clear.
Yes.
Any doubts?
No.
Kiran, you understand, right? Santosh garu meeku arthamainda?
Yes, sir.
So
అవునండి.
చెప్పండి.
అర్థమైందండి.
Okay, so that could be the any reason here. Okay, that could be the any reason. One service is not connecting means it's not mean that we have to check in that area only. We have to check the connectivity of the other areas also. Means here server issue will be there or your service issue will be there. And the third thing is that your firewall also sometimes some issues it will create. For example, if you can see that here the firewall we added. Okay, there is a network team, they perform the some of the migration activity, they perform the some kind of the upgrades. Due to the upgrade, whatever the data is there, it is erased or it is some sort of disturbances are there. Means now your service is enabled, till here everything is fine. But the problem here is that your server is up, your service are enabled, but the problem here that this NFS device, okay, it is not allowing data to go outside. So that is the reason you are getting the problem. So what we need to do it, we need to again re-add it and we need to reload. So that is the one of the case. And the third case is that some of the cases everything is fine, but the thing is that export fs-v, sometimes this data is not ready to serve you. So again, you need to be reshare, or you need to be re-enable the service. Sometimes what exactly happening means your kernel is not allowing for the longer time. It will halt you. Okay, you are already sharing from the data from the long time. Okay, no one is accepting your data. No, I don't think so. It's secure. We are stopping. So it will stop the particular services. That information probably you are not aware of that. So whenever dealing with NFS file systems, you need to make sure that your client, your master is healthy. Your master service should be reachable, service should be reachable, connectivity would be reachable. Okay, everything. And from your source server to your client server, always it's a pingable. If it's not a pingable means you need to connect to the, so most of the companies, this server also we can able to log in, but there is some of the companies in my current company, this particular share folders NFS is held by the storage team only. In that time, okay, we need to send a mail to the storage team. Storage team stating that this is the one of the NFS file system we are not able to connect. Ask them to check it out, the connectivity between the source server and destination server. But except a few of the companies, most of the companies, the entire architecture server mechanism will be under the control of system admin only. But in case, whatever it may be, source server is not reachable means you need to ping it, or if you are facing an issue, you need to connect with the concern team, that is a Linux team, Unix team, Solaris team, or AX team, or a client team, whoever it may be. You need to reach them with this information. You need to share this information stating that this particular thing is we are not able to pingable. You need to provide the update. So this is the way how we are going to take up the thing. Okay. So once these are done, then we are going with the next of action. So this NFS part is clear, right? Any doubts? Anyone? Any doubts, Sonaya?
No.
Kiran, you were able to understand, right?
Yeah, yes.
Any doubts, Kiran?
No.
Okay. So Santosh, everyone clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, please be practice. Okay. So next thing is that going for the Samba. So as I said you earlier, NFS majorly we are using for the purpose of Unix to Unix environment. Unix to Unix environment means what? Majorly one distribution to other part of the distribution. For example, like a Linux to CentOS to Ubuntu. Okay. If we want to use the things and all, and what is the file system of NFS we are using? If you can see that here at the time of mounted, we use the NFS. NFS is the file system type we used. So interview question also, if someone will ask you that, what is the type of the file system NFS will used? It's not XFS. It is not ext4. It is having its own file system for the shared mechanism for NFS. For example, if you can see that Windows also, you will be having FAT32, FAT file system for the general purpose. But when you are using for the shared mechanism, you people are using the CAFS. There is a one of the file system will be there. Nothing but like that. Means operating system is very clear. Based on the need, they are segregating the data internally. So that is one of the major component we need to be understand into the production environment. So make sure that interview question also, all the things, it is there into the document already. Just go through it. What is the component and what is the questions will come, how to answer it. Okay. So now the next thing is that coming to the NFS Samba also, we are using the components called Ubuntu mechanism. Okay, any to any. Samba majorly we are using for the shared Linux with Windows. For example, you want to connect the data with Windows. For example, all the time I cannot depending upon Linux, right? There is some content I need to take up from the Windows. In which situations? For example, so last class, whenever we are discussing about the web servers component, we install our all the data into the /var/www. Means this is a place where my website is launched. So my website is all the data. For example, what is all the data? Like index.file, security files, web pages, image. Okay, everything it is deployed into the particular source. Now, let it be you are working for the Amazon.com. Amazon.com. If you can see that Amazon.com, let it be open for. So if you can see that Amazon.com. Now, today this is the banner. Okay, so today this is the banner. It will showing that. Okay, so nothing but these are the details will be there. For example, maybe after 2 days, so let it be at the month ending or year ending, they are placing the some promotion activities. In that promotion activities, they are providing everything or some of the things into the like a 10% offer or special sale. In the moment of the time, what it will going to do it, this entire banner image, they need to change it, right? Some banners you can see that. So special Diwali offer, special summer offer, 100%, 200% discount, something like that. You are going to see that. So in the moment of the time, they are always need to change this particular address, so this particular web pages and the some of the components. Means we are going to change the index.html. We are going to change the index.html. That is, we are calling as launching page. The launching page, we need to be changed it, or some of the times internal web pages also. Internal web pages also, they need to changes. So what I'm going to do is I'm getting the request from the application team stating that, okay, can you place the or replace files into the /var/www. So I don't have the internet. So most of the cases, WinSCP also not working into the most of the cases. So WinSCP also one of the mechanism, most of the times we are using into the server level. So the concept is very simple. Right side, here we are connecting with the server. On the left side, our desktop will be there, nothing but your Windows. From here to here, if you want to copy the data, we are using the WinSCP concept. But the problem here is that WinSCP most of the times your company is not allowing you. In that time, how you are going to perform? Because this is not a one-day job. Most of the time, for example, if you are working with any e-commerce website, means weekly once you will get this kind of the request. So always you need to copy the data from the Windows to Linux, Linux to Windows. This is a recurring job. So since it is a Unix based environment, okay, earlier we used the NFS, but the NFS is not supporting for the Windows. So coming to the Windows, how we are going to use it? We are using the concept called the Samba. Samba is one of the major concept. It is majorly we are using into the into the CIFS file system. So for this one, what I'm going to do it, that the quality is the same thing. The steps are very thin. You need to install the Samba package. Obviously, you need to have a repository. That is a primary step. And the secondary thing is that you need to start the service and you need to enable the service. So this is a very important whenever you people are dealing with any services, you have to be enable the service at any cost. Once you enable, then you need to add the users. So last time also what we done, we created the NFS nobody or something we created. Here also I am creating the one user. I am converting that user as a Samba user. Samba user means like a shared user. Means when you're trying to connect to the particular, simply like that admin user type. Whenever you are trying to connect this particular shareholder, you will see that admin for that. So again, I'm creating the one directory, same like NFS type. I'm giving the same privileges to the directory. So once it is done, so how we are placed the NFS into the /etc exports. Here we are going to add it into the smb.conf file. So this smb.conf file, I need to go. I need to add some of the entries. So this is the new file system. I'm going to add it. And the secondary thing is that I'm going to add some of the place. Means it is a browsable. Yes, it is a readable only, right? No. Writable. Yes. Who are the valid users? SMB user, SMB user. Okay. What is the permission level, directory level, how much of the permission, everything I'm going to add it. Okay. Once it is added, I'm going to enable the services. Otherwise, restart the services. Okay. So some of the cases, this is not a mandatory if you're getting the issue. This is what exactly means. Some of the cases your service is not accessible means we are going to add a privileges to the user. Okay. So firewall we are restarting automatically. Okay. You are connecting the share from the outside. So this is for the again SC Linux purpose. If your environment SC Linux is nothing but secure Linux. That is also one of the operating system. Okay, like a Linux, Red Hat Linux type. So SC Linux, SC SUSE Linux we are calling. Some of the operating system if we are using means we are performing this step. If not, we can ignore this one. So that's a based upon. So what exactly it will going to do? It means it is allowing your directory. It's act like a same firewall type. It is allowing for the sharing mechanism. Once we given a privileges, we are accessing from the outside. So let me move on to the execution. So this is I'm taking this server. These are my server. Let me close this server. So these are my server. I'm taking the IP address of the server is the 220.137. Now repo list all. I'm checking the repository. There is some repositories are already enabled. Okay. Now next step is that I'm going to install the package. So what is the package I'm going to install? For example, you can use the yum also, yum install smb star. You can use, otherwise you can use the entire thing also. For example, I'm using the smb star. Means whatever the components will come after samba, everything it will come into the picture. For example, I given the smb star or samba star. So if you can see that there is a 34 packages are installing. Since I given a -y, it is not waiting for the my update. It is directly proceeding for the installation. Now it is proceeding for the installation. Now once the installation is completed, then we can go for the next level of action. So let's see that. Let's wait for the word. So it is installing. So all the 34 packages. So this is the benefit of yum. If you are going with RPM means you cannot perform all these things in one shot. You have to trigger 34 times. But when you're going with yum, if you can see that here, this many packages you installed in the single shot. So that is the benefit of yum. Okay. So once we install, what is the next level of action? We need to be enable. So enable is the purpose I clearly told you. If we enable the services after your server reboot also, this services will be came back automatically. Okay, if not, your services will be into the stopped state. So I'm just restarting the services because I installed, I enabled. So I'm just refreshing the SMB and NMB. These are the two targets we are using into the Samba. So in NFS also we used RPC bind and NFS. These are the some components. So let it be. Now I am going to use the SMB user. So SMB user is one of the user I created. So because that I need to keep my server should be protected by this user. So I'm providing the password. So PASSWD SMB user. So I'm giving the some password. Let it be some password I'm entering here. Once the password is created automatically, now this is the local user. I want to convert into the Samba user, nothing but local user to the shared
సారీ
user.
పవన్ గారు, అక్కడ ఎస్ఎంబి యూజర్ ప్లేస్ లో ఏదైనా మనం ఇచ్చుకోవచ్చా యూజర్ యాడ్ దగ్గర?
ఎనీథింగ్ దట్ ఈస్ SMB యూజర్ అనేది నేను సాంబా చేస్తున్నా కాబట్టి అది నాకు ఇష్టమైన పేరు కాబట్టి నేను ఇచ్చాను అంతే.
ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే.
ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఇఫ్ ద క్లయింట్ ఈస్ కమ్ అప్ విత్ APP1 user, you can give your name. Or okay, that is a name convention only.
ఓకే ఓకే
Okay, simple గా see at the time of demo YVP means NFS అంటే NFS user, Samba SMB means SMB user. That's a name convention only. Here user is not a constant. User you can change it anything. Some of the user they will give the project name also. Most of the companies they are giving SMB admin also. Admin. Okay, instead of admin they are giving the SMB admin or SMB super user. Anything that is not a specific thing. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6. So now I converted the normal user to Samba user. So what is the difference between the normal user to Samba user means normal user will be accessible only inside of the server, but the Samba user means I am giving the privileges into the on network. For example, on top of my network I am creating the one share folder. That share folder I am giving the as a local user become the boss to the particular folder. So I'm giving the privileges. So whatever the password I created with the same password only, that user also can able to access. Okay, but the thing is that I'm converting the normal user to the Samba user. Okay, so SMB password. So once I created, I need to next level of action is that I need to create a directory. Why I need to create a directory? So if you want to place the some content means you need to have a some directory. Let me go here. Let me place the some content. Test1, test2, test3, test4, test5. I place the some content into the directory. So once I created the directory, I need to make sure that this directory should be accessible to the not everyone, only specific user. For example, SMB user I created, I'm making this person as a boss to the particular 755. I'm giving the privileges. I'm giving the privileges 755. Okay, so to the particular, so chmod hyphen r we are using for the recurring purpose, nothing but all the things will be coming to the picture. So I given a privileges. Once I given a privileges, then this is the major configuration file of the Samba. So once again I'm saying that whether you remember this entire architecture or not, that is a different. First question you need to remember, what is the service, what is the default configuration file. This is the first interview question, you need to keep it into your mind. So when you're coming to the Samba /etc samba.conf, see, always keep remember one of the shortcut is that everything, all the configuration files are into the /etc. If you forget also, you try to create one story /etc. After, if you are speaking about Samba, say Samba. If you're speaking about Apache, say Apache. If you're speaking about NFS, say NFS. After that, you added the same name with the configuration file. Here, HTTP means http.conf file. Apache means apache.conf file. Samba means Samba only, it is have the SMB name, not a Samba. Okay. If you not a problem, at least you can tell the samba.conf file. At least the interview will can understand, okay, this guy is having the understanding of configuration file, in-depth analysis also. So that is the shortcut. What is the shortcut? /etc is the common. After that, whatever the question it will come, add that name like a Samba, NFS, FTP or whatever may be. After that, same name with the .conf file. So this is one of the shortcut you need to keep remember, because this will make you the stronger into the interviews. So here, What is this file consisting of? This file is consisting of all the directories information where they will be having the declare and they will be having the access to the directories. For example, my requirement is that now I need to create my directory. And I'm creating this directory. Particular new share is one of the directory. I want to give the privileges to my directory. So before giving the privileges, that is always recommendable, take the backup of the configuration file. Why you need to take the backup means, for example, if some issue is happen, so at least you need to have some backup of the file. If the backup is there means, for example, at the time of modifying, so by accidentally you remove this data, that will going to be mess up. So that is the reason you need to make sure that you need to take the backup. Once you taken a backup, then add a configuration file. Let it be I added the configuration file into that one. You can add by using the cat command or by using the nano also. Nano space this one, you can come here. Always a better come down, and you can see that you can right click here, there copy, you can right click here, Control O, enter, Control X. So Control O, then enter plus Control X. So this is the thing we need to be trigger into the for the saving of the file. Once I save the file means there is some of the things in we need to do it. That is what into the firewall level also. So this is one of the protocol we are using for the Samba. This is optional, but some of the times why we are doing means just we are giving the some control into the network level. So network level we are restarting the services, the basic services, and we are adding the services into the firewall level. So firewall level adding the service is very important. If you're not added your service into the firewall level means it will going to be problematic situation. Once I added the firewall level services, then I'm going to the, so this is about the, especially if you are using the SC Linux in your architecture, in your company, if people are using the SC Linux means you can use this one. This is the optional into the Linux. So Linux by default, it will take you. If not, then you can trigger this command. Okay. So this is what exactly it act like a same firewall. It is allowing your all Samba information, nothing but it is allowing your all Samba information for the accessible to the outside of environment. Outside, if you want to access means you can do this one. So now what is the IP address of the my server? For example, 137. So what is the next thing is that means I need to access my things from the outside. So how you are going to access? So let it be copy this one. Windows R, just copy here. So that's the same thing. Okay. So it is came automatically. Okay. So if you can see that here, the content of whatever there here I placed. Okay. Let it be I'm creating hello. Okay. So let me refresh. PD and hello is there, right? Have you seen that one? Hello came into the picture. So in a production environment, what people are doing means, for example, if you are using for the long term means, they're going to add a device here. Like add a device here, they are right. Actually, you can see that add a print devices or printer. So here I'm very bad into the, okay, map and network device, I think. Yeah, here you need to give the, not this one. This try. Some of the name convention. Okay. And like this. So SMB user, what is the password you given? That password you need to give. Automatically, this particular drive will be connecting to the your data. Nothing but from the operating system level, whenever you are trying the data, it will be sharing here. Okay, so this is the way you can able to access your Windows mechanism. So Windows, so again, you are not able to use the, okay, you are not able to use the your Windows means copying the data WinSCP or SCP directly. If we are performing any data means you are able to see that. So here what type of the troubleshootings here? For example, you are not able to see the data. Okay, secondary thing is that again the same thing, the server is rebooted or you performed some type of issues, it is not connecting. Probably your service will be stopped state or your firewall will be some issue or nothing but the secondary thing is that whenever it is not enabled also, that is one of the reason. So that could be any reason, we can able to see that. So this is the way how we are going to be perform into the Samba. Okay, so below are the some of the things are there, nothing but how we are going to delete, how we are going to some of interview questions also. Okay, you can prepare those things also. Any doubts till now? Is it clear?
Sir, in Windows, we don't have any dependency for user, right? Like we have
No,
NFS.
Windows, see, I'm a performed anything on Windows. No, right? Just I browsed as a normal device because the file system, whatever created, it is a Windows based only. That is the reason Windows is not accepting. For example, it is something like you are inserting pen drive. When you inserting the pen drive, automatically what exactly your operating system will do? It treat like that is also one of the drive.
Normal
Means, normal drive. So this is also now over network I inserted the one drive. Okay, not physically, through network. Okay, so this is the one of the major component. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it clear? Santosh garu అర్థమైందండి?
Yes.
యా అండి.
ఓకే, అది ఒకసారి గో త్రూ చేయాలి. ఓకే, సో కిరణ్,
అవును.
నాగూర్, రోహిత్, hope it's clear, right?
Clear. We will try
Okay.
today.
Yeah, please practice NFS and Samba same time. Okay, because the thing is that you can understand the difference. Okay, so just follow the thing and practice. Just do let me know if you have any doubts. Okay. Okay then. Thank you. And tomorrow we can meet up. Okay.
ఓకే.
Have a nice day,
థాంక్ యూ.
guys. Bye.
Pawan, that Excel sheet you not shared.
Excel sheet I'm preparing actually. Instead of Excel sheet, directly the directory itself I'm placing, Rohit. Okay.
Okay.
But actually, if we are going with the batch number 14, the directory, all the videos whatever there, that is for your batch only. Okay.
But some are hidden, like 4 or 5.
I given access. I think those hidden probably you would have received the mail. You are not receiving the mail.
1 second.
Just check it out. Okay, if you're not receiving the any mail means just text me in WhatsApp. Okay,
Yeah.
so I will give the privileges for those. Okay,
Okay.
not an issue. Okay guys, thank you, have a nice day.